she literally went like this, and like she went into her bag and then went like this with her hands like a gun, and then pointed at the kid. So I'm the lady, right? The kid's standing over there with the back towards the lady, and the lady goes like this and then points it at the kid's back. What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to another video. In today's video, it's gonna be another story time. So just sit back, relax, grab something to drink, like this Capri Sun. And listen to how I almost died again. If you guys haven't watched the first story time video, click one of these links in the corner. But let's begin. So it was last year when I was in Davis, my first year at Davis, and it was like right before COVID started. So like right before COVID started getting crazy. So like me, Sabrina, and a couple of friends wanted to go to Target to get some stuff, and the only way to get to Target was using the bus, and we didn't have a car, and it was too far to bike, so we bused. And it was on a weekend, I believe, so it was kind of busy on the bus, like with other students and other grown men and women. So it was kind of crowded. So when we got on, there were not that many seats on the bus. So I think for like the first stop, we were standing. And then when the bus stopped, like people got off. And our friends got a seat all the way in the back of the bus. And then me and Sabrina got this seat that was kind of near the front, but it was sort of like a two-person seater. So we sat there. And so, backstory on the bus. So we're sitting on the right side near the front of the bus, okay? And our friends are sitting all the way in the back. And then to our left, it's like, there's like also places where people could use, like, hold the thingy on the bus where they could stand, basically. So on our left, there's like this group of students, I believe, or like teens. I don't know who they were, but they look like students. There was like 3 of them, right? So they're standing on our left. So, and we're sitting in the front of the bus on the right side, and then in front of us, there's more rows of seats, but it was sort of like facing. It wasn't like, how do I explain this? If I'm sitting here, the seats in front of us was like this, right? And then to our left was people standing. Okay, so a few stops after that, after we sat down, this lady comes on, right? This lady, she had like, I wouldn't say she was homeless, but she had like dark clothes on, baggy clothes, and then this like big purse or something. No, it wasn't a purse, it was like a backpack. But she was just like holding the backpack. So she comes on, and at first I didn't like really like take notice or something, or I didn't really like notice her or like bother to like pay attention and stuff like that. But like I saw her get on, and then she sat in the seat in front of us. So me and Sabrina are sitting here, and then she's like sitting here like in front of us, right? So yeah, so when I first started like paying more attention to her was like when she started talking. And I think it was like to herself at first, like she was just, because no one was next to her, and she started talking, and then I looked up and like just like see if she was like talking to, like, you know, like when you hear someone talking, you just look up. So I look up, and like she wasn't on the phone, and nobody was next to her, so she was like talking to herself, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, but okay. So I was just like minding my own business, and then all of a sudden, the next stop, this older couple, like maybe 30s, this man and woman comes on, right? And the bus is already crowded, so they're standing right next to us. They get on and they stand right next to us, holding on to the little rope thingies. And like, I think they were talking about like their apartment or something like that. Something about their apartment, because I heard apartment. And then all of a sudden, the lady in front of us started like chiming into their conversation, and was like, she was saying all kinds of crazy stuff. She was like saying like how she was trying to talk to the dude, and she was telling him like how, oh, are you guys like not getting enough sleep because of the baby at home or something like that. And then she started saying like random crazy stuff, like she started accusing him of like his baby or something like that. I don't know, it was kind of crazy. And then like I was at that point, I'm like, bro, like I was like I'm just gonna mind my own business, and like she can do whatever, right? I'm like, I'm not trying to like draw attention to myself or Sabrina, because I ain't trying to talk to her, right? So the dude responds back, and like at first he was like, huh, like what'd you say? And then the lady was like, you heard me. I was like blah blah blah, like saying some creepy stuff. And then the dude was like, I don't know, we're talking about lady or something, and he just turned back to his to the woman that he was standing with. And then at that point the lady kept talking and the guy was just ignoring him. And then eventually the couple like sat down, found a seat somewhere and sat down. And that was the end of that story, right? So at this point, I'm still kind of like not paying much attention to her, but like I'm like aware that she's there and that she's saying some crazy stuff, and it's like dangerous stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm like talking to Sabrina. I'm like, should we move? Like, should we get another seat somewhere? Because Target is still like 10 stops away, right? And then she was like, no, let's just sit here.
Why are you blaming me?
So she's just like, let's just sit here because I'm trying to move. I'm like, okay. So like the lady's sitting in front of me and I'm just like looking down like on my phone, like just trying not to like look at her or stuff like that. And at this point I'm like kind of scared, but like at the same time I was like, whatever, right? So she then started talking to the group of teenagers, or this group of students that I told you guys earlier that was standing next to us also. And the thing was, she started talking to them, but like the three group of kids was like standing in like a circle. So like their backs was like facing, one of the kids' back was facing the lady. And then all of a sudden the lady like got mad because they weren't responding or something. And she went like, she literally went like this. And like she went into her bag and then went like this with her hands like a gun and then pointed at the kid. So I'm the lady, right? The kid's standing over there with the back towards the lady. And the lady goes like this and then points it at the kid's back. Okay, like it wasn't a real gun, but like it was her hand like this. Pointed at the kid's back and went like this. Well, she didn't make the sound effect, but she went like this, right? I'm like, and I see this whole thing, like, cause it's right in front of me. I see this whole thing. I'm like, bro, she just like fake shot this kid in the back, and he doesn't even know, right? I'm like, oh gosh, like at this point, I'm like scared, kind of scared, cause what if she actually has a gun in her backpack? But then I don't know that, so like at this point, I'm just like, okay, like I'm trying to like go down into my corner. And just like try not to like get her attention, but then like, I don't know. It was scary, but then luckily she got off like 2 stops later or something like that. And then I was like, I was talking to Sabrina. I was like, did you see that? Like, did you see what she did? And then yeah, we were just talking about it. It was kind of crazy. So we got to Target. And when we got to Target, our friends got on the bus with us, and we told them what happened. They're like, what? Like, crazy, right? And then we were walking towards Target, and this is the funny part thing, right? Walking towards Target, and the same kids that were on the bus to my left was also walking through the parking lot to Target. And then I'm like, should I go up to the kid and be like, yo, you could have died right there, but you didn't, but you just got fake shot in the head. Anyways, that was the story. How I almost died again because she could have had a real gun. She could have had something in her backpack. So yeah. If you guys ever find yourself in that situation, just like either get off. Like we should have gotten off like when she did that, but I don't know why we didn't. Or like you should just move seats like further away from the lady. But lesson learned, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I could have died. Like I'm not even exaggerating that. She could have she could have like shot everybody up in that bus. So yeah, crazy story. Thank you guys. If you guys just like watch through the whole video and listen to me talk the whole time, thank you. I got more crazy stories if you guys want to see more of this. So leave a like, comment down below if you want to see more, or not, that's fine. Subscribe if you want to, because I'm still posting every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for now. Stay safe out there, guys. Like, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.